Wow, what a look so far. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited because I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup using the products you chose for me. A lot of you asked how I picked the products to be voted on, and it was really easy. I took all of my foundations, my concealers, my blushes, all of that stuff. I put all of them in a bag. I had my daughter actually pick 4 products out of the bag because I knew that if I did it myself, even if I shut my eyes, I do know what some of these products feel like, and I didn't want to be persuaded to grab a certain product because I know it works best on my face. Now in each category there were 4 products, and I will name all the products and then I'll name the winner, and then we will go ahead and put that on my face. I am going to start kind of out of sync today because of the eye palette you guys chose. That certain palette tends to have a little bit of fallout, and I want to do my eyes first and then we'll go into the face product. And the 4 options you guys had to choose, the 4 products you guys had to choose from was the BH Cosmetics It's My Ray Ray palette, the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette, the James Charles Morphe palette, and Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. And the winner of this category was the James Charles palette. And I'm actually kind of excited that this was the winner because I really do love this palette. Here is what the palette looks like. And it does come with a little insert with all the names of the eyeshadows on it. But this palette here, I am so excited, and I think we're going to do a fun little colorful look today with this. I did recently use this palette for a 80s night look that I did when I went out with girlfriends recently. We went to an 80s themed party and everyone was dressed up with everything from the 80s. There was great music. It was such a fun time. And I did use a lot of the colors in this palette to create that look. Now I did post that on my beauty blog and my Instagram, so head on over there and check that photo out if you haven't seen it already. I was really proud of that look. We're gonna go ahead and start with this palette. Now something that is interesting about this palette, a lot of these shadows in this palette are pressed pigments. So that means that you kind of have to go about the product a little bit differently than you would other eyeshadows. And because they're pressed pigments, and that means that they took the pigment for the eyeshadow, they added some type of solution with it and pressed it into the pan. Where other eyeshadows sometimes have other fillers within the pigment, and that's pressed into a pan to create the eyeshadows. That is why so many different palettes vary in pigmentation and blendability and all of that kind of stuff, is because of just the way it's been pressed into the pan. So with pressed pigments, you want to kind of start with a more sticky base. So the base we're going to use today for our eyes is this one right here. This is the P. Louise eyeshadow base, and I use the shade 01. So this is a great little base. It's not very expensive. You do have to order it online because P. Louise isn't sold in the United States. So it does take a little bit of time to get to you, but this is a great eyeshadow base, and a little bit goes a long way. And this is the perfect type of base for this type of palette. Another great base is the MAC Paint Pots, and I use, normally in the MAC Paint Pots, I use the Soft Ochre, or I use Painterly. But so I just go ahead and I kind of get this on my eyelid, and then I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and I'm going to blend that out a little bit more, and then we're going to start with our eyeshadow look. So I think I want to do more of a colorful look today. We're going to use the more purpley shades in this area, and it's so funny because that pink on the end does not look that light. It's not that light in real life. I'm not sure why it's coming up with that light here. I think it's because my light's shining right on it. I'm going to go in with this dark purple shade right here, and we're going to put that on our eyelid. And I'm just going to press it on my eyelid. And I'm just going to keep taking that color and just lightly pressing it on my eyelid to get the pigment payout that I'm looking for. Okay, now we're gonna go into this shade right here, and we're gonna blend that on top of our eyeshadow. So we're just gonna blend that lighter pink shade on top of the purple that we're already doing. I love the way these shadows blend. They blend so beautifully. And that is one thing I just absolutely love about this palette. If you have not purchased this palette, you need to add it to your collection. Wow, I am like having my little 80s vibes again here with this eyeshadow palette. So what we're going to do now is do a little bit of a cut crease. We're going to take a flat brush for that, and we're just going to kind of carve out our eyes, and I will show you how to do that. I'm going to take my P. Louise base, and you just take your brush and you just put that base along the groove of your eyelid. So we're going to go ahead and put this shade right here, which is kind of like a champagne-y shimmer color. We're going to take that shade and we're going to pop that on the lid, the part of the lid where we did that cut crease. And again, if it looks a little silly, just keep at it. And the final look is not going to look silly, I promise. It might look a little weird right now, but we are not done. Okay, and now we are going to go back in, and I'm actually going to put on top of this shimmer color, this shimmer purple right here. Look at that, isn't that pretty? So we're going to pop that right on top of what we already did. And I'm sorry if it looks like I'm flipping you guys off. I'm not trying to do that. So see what I mean? It's like just kind of a light little like shimmery purple shade to your eye look. It's really pretty. All right, now we're going to go ahead and clean up the edges and add a little bit more of that purple shade. We're going to go ahead and take our brush and we're going to just kind of go the outer third of our lid with that color to kind of blend everything in. So our eye look is almost complete. We will finish the lower lash line once we get the base on. I'm going to take now a little towelette and I'm going to kind of clean up the under eye here and clean up the edges, make sure that everything looks nice, just to get everything nice and ready for our base. So we're going to go ahead and clean up any fallout. Our under eyes are all clean. We're ready for our base. But first, I think we should do liner. Let's do liner and just kind of try to complete the eyes as much as possible before we go into anything else. So let's do liner, mascara. Now for the eyeliner, I had you guys again choose from 4 different products, and those products were the Tarteist Double Take Eyeliner, the Benefits Roller Liner, the e.l.f. Liquid Liner, and the NYX Professional Brights Eyeliner. And the winner was the Benefit Roller Liner. And I'm using one of my minis right now. I do have a full size of this product, but it's brand new and I wanted to use this guy up before that one. So that's why I'm using a mini. So this is great when you want to do like a winged liner because of how long this is. It really makes a nice, beautiful wing on your eye. I'm not going to do a winged liner today. I'm just going to do it like normal or like I normally do it. So we're going to go ahead and pop this on. I love this liquid liner. It does not bleed. At least it does not bleed on my eyes. I'm not sure how it works with everyone's eyes, but this stays put once you put it on your eyelid. I love it. I absolutely love it. And there you go. There you have it. It's on. It looks great. So moving on to mascara. Again, you guys have 4 to choose from, and those 4 were the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, the Tarte They're Real, Maybelline's Great Lash, and Flower Beauty's Lash Warrior. And the winner is Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And there we have it. The Better Than Sex mascara. And to start with our face products is primer. So the 4 products that you guys had to choose from were the Hourglass Veil Primer, the CoverGirl True Blend Primer, the Pretty Vulgar Detox and Chill Primer, and Laura Geller's Spackle Primer. And the primer that won is the Pretty Vulgar's Detox and Chill Primer. Now, this is one of my favorite primers. I love the way it looks with pretty much any foundation that I put on my face. It is that color, so it goes on your skin kind of dark. So here is what it looks like. And then you put it on your face and it disappears. So it actually is not going on your face dark. It just kind of disappears into your skin and makes your skin feel so like hydrated and wonderful. It does make your face feel a little bit tacky but hydrated. I love the way this stuff makes my skin feel, and again, I've used it with many different foundations and all of them have worked great. So moving on to foundations, the 4 foundations that you guys had to choose from were the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus, Soap & Glory's Kick-Ass All Day Wear Foundation, and the Tarte Face Tape. The winner was the Soap & Glory Kick-Ass All Day Wear Foundation. And I do have to say, I have a funny story because I did have I had over 100 of you voting, and I had a tie with the primers and the foundations. And so I picked one of the most unbiased people to choose which of the foundations and primers I should use. The tie with the primers was the Pretty Vulgar Detox and Chill, and then Laura Geller's Spackle. So I asked my husband which of these sounds good to you, and he picked the Pretty Vulgar, and I'm sure he picked it because he thought the name was funny. With the foundations, same thing. It was between the Soap & Glory and the Tarte Face Tape, and he picked the one with the cuss word in the name, so that is what we're going to be using, the Soap & Glory's Kick-Ass All Day Wear Foundation. And this foundation is fairly new, really, and it's received great reviews. I have used this. I do think it wears beautifully on the skin, especially with that primer underneath it. So we are going to go ahead and get going with this. This is the shade, and I believe I picked the shade 04. Yes, it is the shade 04. So we are going to go ahead and take our beauty blender and we're going to get this all over our face. Another funny note is a lot of people private messaged me their votes. I thought that was kind of funny. So I think people were kind of like, I don't know, nervous to have their opinion out there. I thought it was kind of funny. This is a very light foundation, but it's full coverage. It does cover everything. I just love the way it looks on my skin. I think this looks fantastic. So we have our foundation on, and we're going to move along to concealer. The 4 concealers that you guys chose or had to choose from were the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the LA Girl HD Pro Concealer, and Makeup Revolution's Conceal and Define. And the winner is e.l.f.'s Camo Concealer. Now this is actually a newer concealer from e.l.f. and it is supposed to be somewhat of a dupe with the Tarte Shape Tape. I know that the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define is also being called a sort of dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. I don't necessarily think either one of these are, but they are wonderful concealers. I use the shade, let's see, Light Sand. We're going to go ahead and put our concealer on. And we're going to go ahead and blend this in now. Okay, now that we have our concealer on, we're going to move on to powder and get this all set in place. The 4 powders you guys had to choose from were the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, the Coty Airspun Translucent Setting Powder, the JCat Beauty Aquasurance Pressed Powder, and the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder. And the winner was the JCat Beauty Aquasurance pressed powder. I love this pressed powder. It really kind of smooths out any fine lines and areas that you don't really want people to be paying too much close attention to. I like to take a small tapered brush and do the parts of my face that I applied the concealer first. So I get that pressed in there and set. And then what I will do is take a bigger, more fluffy brush and just kind of lightly set the rest of the face. I really don't need to put a ton of powder all over my face, just really in the areas that I want. I might be a little bit more oily, and definitely where I put that concealer. So then we do a big fluffy brush, and we just tap in, and we just lightly go over the rest of our face. And there we go, our face is set. We're ready for the next step. Okay, so moving on to bronzer. The 4 bronzers that you guys had to choose from were Physician Formula's Butter Bronzer, Benefit's Hoola Bronzer, Morphe's Glamour Bronze, and Wet n Wild's Bronze Icon Bronzer. And the winner was the Butter Bronzer. I know why everyone picked this one, because it smells like a little bit of summer heaven. It has that like coconutty, like tanning, laying out in the sun by the beach kind of smell, and it is wonderful. This is one of my favorite bronzers, as you can see, because I've already totally hit pan on this one. I just used the like original shade that it came out in, and I know now they have a lighter and they do have darker shades. We're gonna go ahead and get this bronzer on our face and bronze the face up. So moving on to blush. And the 4 products you guys had to choose from was NARS blush, and it could have been like any NARS blush. I know Orgasm is the most favorite one, and it is. It's beautiful. It looks great on everybody. It is definitely one of my favorites. The Milani Rose Powdered Blush, the Bare Minerals Loose blush, and Tarte's Amazonian Clay blushes. And the winner is the Bare Minerals Loose Powder Blush. Now, I have used these a couple times. I actually really do like them. A little bit goes a long way when applying these. This is the shade Glee. I really think this is another beautiful shade that will complement most makeup looks. So we're going to go ahead and pop this on our cheeks. Yeah, I love this color. It's so gorgeous. Okay, moving on to brows. And another little side note, I totally forgot to have you guys vote on brows, and I can't believe I did that. So I had to do like a quick little voting session for that, and the 2 that you guys had to choose from were the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz and NYX's Precision Brow Pencil. So we're gonna go ahead and do our brows with the NYX Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Taupe. Okay, now we are gonna go ahead and finish our under eye area. I'm gonna go and quickly pop some of the color on my under eye. We'll get some mascara. I'm gonna put on some lashes, and we will move on to the final 2 products. Okay, so I finished the eye look. I added a little bit of that purple and pink shade underneath my eyes. I put some mascara. I popped on some fake lashes, and we're gonna move on to our last 2 products. The next one up is highlighters, and you guys had, again, 4 highlighters to choose from, and those 4 were the Milani Rose Glow Stellar Lights, the Maybelline Master Chrome, the Wet n Wild Mega Glow, and the Makeup Revolution Baked Highlighter. And the winner is the Milani Rose Glow Stellar Lights palette, and this palette has 3 beautiful highlighters. There is the Pearl, the Golden Quartz, and the Rose Gold highlighter. Today we are going to go in with this lighter shade. And this is a gorgeous highlighter. I absolutely love this highlighter. I'm so glad you guys picked this one. It is beautiful. Okay, so our highlighter is on. So the last product you guys had to choose from was setting spray. And you had 4 setting sprays to choose from. The Max Fix Plus, the Flower Beauty, the NYX Matte setting spray and Urban Decay's All Nighter. And this was just a unanimous vote. Everyone picked the Urban Decay All Nighter. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this all over our face. Now this setting spray is unbelievable. It does keep your makeup on all day long. Like, I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite products. We're gonna go ahead and pop this on our face. I popped on a quick little lip color, and here is the final look of the products that you picked out for me. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Remember to click that subscribe button as well as the little notification bell so you are notified of all of my upcoming videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!